guys, my name is Electra and I'm the blogging director of the Fashion Society of Newcastle. Today I will be showing you how to perfect this natural everyday makeup look. First I'm going to start by priming her face with Mario Badescu's cucumber green tea and aloe water. This is a nice toner and it really sets a nice base for the face. It's also gonna make your face glow very nicely. I'm gonna let that dry real quick. Sorry. Next, I'm gonna use Soap & Glory's Bright and Ready Serum. This is a vitamin C infused serum and it makes the face glow so nicely. I'm really loving this product. So with a clean brush, I'm just gonna take it from my hand and apply it onto her face. Just because I don't want to touch her face with my hands. Great, and now we've set up a nice luminous base for me to put makeup on. Now, when you're doing your makeup for your daily tasks and everything, you don't want to have anything too heavy on your makeup. So what I usually like to do is replace my foundation with a nice concealer and use that to cover any small imperfections on my face. Of course, if you have bigger skin issues and you prefer to use a foundation, I would say go with something a bit more lighter, not too oily or heavy for your face, because you're only going to create more problems for your skin. So I'm just going to apply some Instant Anti-Age Rewind by Maybelline concealer on her face in the shade Light. I'm just going to brighten up her under eye area and then a bit of the forehead, a bit of the chin, and she doesn't really have a lot of imperfections for me to cover, so this is where I'm going to concentrate my product. Using a nice stapling brush, I'm just going to tap that in, make it really fast. Apply it nicely with tapping motions so that you don't create awkward strips on your face and you blend it seamlessly. I'm applying some of the concealer on the eye as a primer. Next I'm gonna set the concealer with a powder. I'm using Urban Decay powder because I'm really loving that stuff. It makes the makeup sit so nicely. It doesn't move, it doesn't get oily, it just stays there. Just a bit of powder on the spots that I put the concealer. And then I'm going to move on to the eyes. I'm going to use my Tartelette Wand palette because I really like the colors that are on this palette. So I'm just going to go for natural tones. Using a small blending brush, I'm going to go into the shade Wanderer. And I'm just gonna color in the crease just to give it more dimension. Really light motions. I'm just gonna blend that out until it's nice and blended. Take your time doing this. Nobody likes some blended eyeshadow, it just looks weird. So don't rush this part. You can rush all the other stuff and not be blended. Next, I'm going to go into the shade Power Player with the same brush. I'm just going to pick up a very small amount and apply it right underneath the crease and then blend it upwards. Just to deepen the color a little bit and give it more dimension. Next, I'm going to take an eyeliner brush and I'm going to go into the shade Multitasker. This is a nice, rich chocolate brown. And I'm going to line her eyes with it. You can use black if you want, but I think that brown is going to look way more natural and soft for a morning makeup look. You don't want to be going around with too much makeup on. And I'm just going to even out the other side. Just a nice thin line on her lash line like I'm applying eyeliner. Next, I'm going to take, again, my small blending brush and I'm just going to smudge that out to create a smokier effect. You can leave it as an eyeliner, but I like to smoke it out a bit. because it gives a nicer shadow to the eye and it looks natural, but your eyes still look very nicely lined up. So next I'm gonna go to her under eye. I'm just gonna go into the shade Wanderer again. Can you look up for me, please? And just at the center of her eye, I'll start placing the eyeshadow very lightly. Try not to smudge the corner of the eye right here because you're only going to drag your eye downwards and it's not going to look pretty. Then I'm just going to go into the shade Power Player very lightly, picking up just a bit of color to even out the dimensions on the upper and lower lid. Again, focus it on the center of the eye and then move outwards. Okay, now we're gonna move on to mascara. I really love using the Great Lash by Maybelline for my everyday looks. I just think it's really, the formula is really light on the lashes and it makes them look beautiful and long. And it gives you a very nice natural finish. When you're applying mascara for like a daytime look, try focusing all of the product at the root of your eyelashes and less on the out part because it's just gonna look more natural. Can you look up for me, please? And then I'm just gonna lightly brush some product on her lower lashes. Great. And then we're gonna move on to blush. So I'm gonna be using Made You Blush by Soap & Glory. I really love their blushes. The pigment is just the right amount that you need and it stays on for the whole day. I'll be using the shade Rosy Chic and using the same brush that they have in the pan because it's really nice and soft and it really gets it to the right place. I'm just gonna lightly brush this onto her cheekbones just to give them some color, but not too much. Just a nice rosy blush. Next I'm gonna apply some bronzer. I'm using the Hoola bronzer. So I'm just gonna lightly brush some underneath the cheekbone just to bronze up the face a bit. Very lightly, don't put a brown streak on your face. Nobody likes this. Just blend it out and underneath the jawline to intensify it. And just that. You don't need any more than that. Just on her nose a bit. More than enough. Next, we're gonna move on to brows. Now, although Marissa has a very strong brow, everybody needs a bit of some brow product to intensify them and maybe correct some gaps. I'll be using the DIY Brow Bar by Soap & Glory. I really like this palette because it has two different powders for you to use and then it has a shimmer and a wax for you to set the eyebrows and you have all of the brushes inside, so it's super easy to use. Taking the darker shade, I'm just gonna fill in some of the gaps on her eyebrow, on the outer part. Very lightly, not using a lot of product. You don't need a lot of stuff, especially for Marissa's eyebrows. Next, I'm gonna take the lighter powder and fill in the front part of her brow as I move to the inside of the face. I use a lighter powder so that I can blend the two colors together. Next, I'm just gonna take some of the wax here and just lightly tap it onto the brow to set it. There we go. And finally, I'll just take a bit of the shimmer and focus it only to the top part of her brow bone. Now, if you apply a shimmer like all the way down to your brow bone, you're gonna kill the highlighting effect and you're just gonna drag your eye downwards. So try and focus it only to the top part of the brow bone. You can feel it by touching your eyebrow right here. Finally, I'm gonna move on to the lips. Now, Marissa has a very strong brow bone and very strong eyebrows. So I'm just gonna try and balance her face. Since we have a very strong upper part of the face, I'm just gonna take a light berry color and lightly apply it to her lips to give them some intensity. But I'm not gonna apply the full color, I'm just gonna apply some of it and make it look like a stain. And to give some gloss, I'll be taking Soap & Glory's gloss stick in a peachy shade. I love this stuff and it's so hydrating and it makes the lips glow. So I'm just gonna apply some of this on top of the lipstick that I just applied to give the lips a bit of shine. And there you have it, a nice natural everyday look. Thank you guys so much for watching.